With Halloween right around the corner, naturally I've been thinking a lot about costumes and lamenting how often I don't really get to wear mine outside of special events and holidays. So to combat that, I'm going to challenge myself to get dressed from my costume closet for a whole week. Now, a few stipulations before we dive right into this. At least one foundational item like a blouse or a dress, or one larger statement piece from this closet must be used every day. Basically, I can't just grab one small accessory and add it to an otherwise basic outfit because that wouldn't be much of a challenge, nor would it be very interesting. Even better if I can use 2 or more items from this closet in any given day. But also, I do not have to create a head-to-toe outfit using only this closet. I will pull items as needed from both this closet and my regular daily wear items. I'm not trying to make this miserably difficult for myself by adding unnecessary restrictions. Third, these items are not intended to be literal costumes, but they might be a bit more costumey than a regular outfit or be costume adjacent. Many of the items in this closet are just regular clothes that I piece together for costumes or are statement pieces that don't get worn on a regular basis. Therefore, the outfits, while not explicitly costumes, should be more interesting than a basic t-shirt and jeans combo. If I wanted to create simple outfits, I wouldn't be doing this challenge. And really, this is just an excuse to play around with some of my more fun, outlandish items that I don't get to wear as often, and I feel like in the month of October, people are a little more forgiving if you're wearing something a little crazy, especially if they ask and you just say, oh, it's for Halloween. No one really thinks anything of it. So I chose today to start because the weather is perfect. I think the high is like in the upper 60s, so that means I will be perfectly comfortable if I wear a long sleeve blouse and a little sweater vest to go with it. So I'm thinking for day one, I'm gonna go with my sort of Beetlejuice inspired combination, just with some regular jeans. And this is very clearly costumey, but should be perfectly suitable for going to teach my extracurricular acting class later this evening, where I will then be judged by preteens. It is what it is. I wore this same outfit last year as well around Halloween, and I ended up going to Petco that day, and it ended up being a conversation starter with the cashier there. He was really curious why I was dressed up like Beetlejuice, and it ended up turning into this whole conversation about being dressed up for my class and what I teach and talking about horror movies. And every time since then that I've gone in, the same cashier has always been so kind and like making conversation with every customer that he has. So you never know when wearing a slightly unusual outfit might end up leading to a positive interaction with a stranger. Okay, day one is complete. This was definitely not the most difficult costumey outfit to wear out and about. My students caught on pretty much right away. I got a lot of, it's giving Beetlejuice. I'm like, yeah, that was the intent. So you're spot on. I think if it were any other time of the year outside of spooky season, then this would be more questioned, I think. Then people would be like, man, you just really like Beetlejuice, which you could do. I probably wouldn't. But yeah, that's day one. Sorry, I don't really have much footage or anything really to go with it just because I'm not gonna film my classes. That's not happening. So anyway, on to day two. Today, I am going out again to go get lunch and go thrifting with my sister-in-law, so I will be taking that into consideration when putting together my outfit. And also, if I end up trying on clothes, I need something that is reasonably easy to take on and off, ideally 2 separate pieces with a top and a bottom. I knew that I wanted to use one of my lace-up front tops. The other one I considered was the quarter sleeve linen one, but I thought these bell sleeves were just so fun. I wanted to use those today. I considered taking this in a sort of outlander-ish direction using my kilt style skirt, but again, I want something that's a little bit easier to get around in, so I think I'm just gonna go with the bell-bottom jeans and kind of take this in a slightly more 70s direction. I don't want to just stop here though. Like, this is fine, but it's kind of, it just feels incomplete. So I want to try a vest. I'm thinking this darker one. So let's try this and see how that works. I'm not in love with it, but I think it'll do. I really was considering the sunflower vest. That just feels so hippie-ish to me. But because it's October, my purse for the entire month is my jack-o'-lantern purse, and I just feel like this reads a little bit more late summer and would clash a little bit with the purse. So anyway, instead I'm going with Inigo Montoya. I kind of feel like Inigo Montoya. You know what though? Great character. Nothing wrong with referencing him. So I think this is what I'm gonna go with. I feel like I want to add a necklace or something. I'm gonna play around with some options there, and then just some plain black boots, keep it simple. But the fact that this immediately brings to mind a character for me lets me know that I've done my job in the making it slightly costumey department. Apologies for the less than stellar setup we have going on here, but I've been searching for music for the video I am currently editing for a very long time, and I think I'm tapped out for the day. So I'm gonna do my wrap up here. I completely forgot to get B-roll while we were out. Listen guys, I was just living in the moment. I really was not thinking about, oh yeah, I'm making a video. I completely forgot. And yeah, this outfit was fine. I even got a compliment from a lady at the Five Guys where we went to get lunch. She really liked my outfit, so that was nice. I will say bell sleeves are not compatible with anything in the kitchen. These are not helpful, so I still need to do the dishes, but I'm gonna wait until I'm in my pajamas to do that, which don't have bell sleeves. So I'm gonna go to bed now, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3. So today's conundrum is the handful of things that I have to factor in. It's a little bit warmer than yesterday, so I don't think I want to do a full long sleeve or anything too heavy. I also have my youngest niece's birthday get together later, so I kind of want to try to put together something she would like. She loves the color purple, she really likes pink as well, and she loves pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns, like more than I do even. So I was thinking about doing something like orange to tie in with that, but maybe also purple, I don't know. So if I want to look at something purple, I do have my Speak Now dress, but that is kind of, I think it's just a little bit too much. I'm not trying to like pull all the attention at my niece's birthday party. That's insane behavior. So we're not doing that. So maybe I could try just the skirt that goes with that. Otherwise, I kind of don't know what I would do if not this. Or if all else fails, I do also have this overdress from Holy Clothing. It's not a pumpkin outfit, but it's pumpkin colored, pumpkin adjacent. It's not pumpkin colored. It's not as bright as a pumpkin, but it's sort of orange, so that could work. I don't know. I just need to start playing around with some things and see what I can come up with. So after trying a million different combinations and layering options, this is what I'm going with. It does feel quite over the top and hyper feminine for sure, but not as obnoxious as the full Speak Now dress would be. A lack of glitter goes a long way. Oh, this is so like sickly sweet and girly, but it's really cute. And I know some of you might be like, hey, weren't you supposed to get rid of that little corset top? I was, but shortly after deciding to get rid of it, there were talks of plans to make my niece's birthday party fairy themed, and I thought I would keep it for a very girly fairy costume. Ended up not being fairy themed, obviously, but I am still gonna wear it to her birthday party because it just feels like I should. I'm keeping the leggings because they're warm and comfortable. The purple skirt and the pink mushroom corset top are from the costume closet. I just have them layered over this little white dress from my regular closet. I did swap out the ties that the corset top originally came with because they were just so absurdly big and clownish looking, so I just cut a few pieces of smaller ribbon, and I think that works so much better. And then I don't feel like doing my hair today, so you know what? We're doing the lazy low pony. I don't care. And then I'm not gonna worry about shoes because it'll be raining, so I'm just gonna wear my rain boots. spin again?
Yeah.
Okay, say ready, go.
Ready, go.
Okay, I'm just filming my end of day segment from here because the lighting's not half bad and I'm so tired. I finally finished the next video I'm uploading and it's later than I thought it would be, but that's okay, it's done. End of day thoughts on this outfit. It's so freaking cute. I love pink and purple, but I don't completely feel like myself when I wear this kind of color palette. I mean, I really like it so much. And I think I like wearing it around the house, but to go out, I don't know. I don't think that's how I like to present myself out in the world. Don't know what that means. That's probably a topic for therapy and not a YouTube video. Visually, I love it. Functionally, felt like I was wearing someone else's outfit. Although my niece did like my purple skirt a lot. Yeah, that's it for day 3. I will see you guys tomorrow. Day 4 has shaped up to be a rather chilly, blustery, on and off rainy kind of day. Perfect fall weather. I knew that I was going to want to be comfortable and warm and cozy for today. I'm just going to be at home. I'm not going anywhere. This was the perfect day to break out the long sleeve olive green velvet dress. I love this dress so much, but it is kind of a statement piece, so I don't get to wear it all that frequently. And then I do usually like to wear something layered over it. I did consider layering this overdress from Holy Clothing, and I love the colors together, but for whatever reason, the very textured look of this fabric, I just wasn't loving paired with the velvet. So I opted for this dark floral dress instead, which is not that different texture-wise from the orange dress, but for whatever reason, I like it better. I think the colors are just a bit more complementary. Having a pattern with the solid makes the texture differences a little bit less noticeable. I don't know, whatever it is, I like it a little bit better. And then I did leave the dress unbuttoned at the bottom half. The length of the dresses is quite a bit different, and that's a little bit annoying, but honestly, it really doesn't matter. Belted at the waist just to create more shape, add a little bit more visual interest. I might end up losing the belt though, we'll see if I end up just wanting to be like full out cozy comfy mode. So today I am staying at home. The day after I upload and finish a video, I always just need as like a reset day to catch up on everything else that fell by the wayside. So that's what today is going to be, just catching up on some stuff here, doing a reset, and just enjoying this perfect fall weather. I think I'm gonna give this outfit a 4 out of 5 for comfort. I did end up taking off the belt after dinner because, you know, food. The only thing that was really bugging me is that the green dress is a bit narrower around the legs, and so it doesn't suit my natural gait. Like, I naturally take wider steps. So the whole day I had to take like little baby steps whenever I was just walking around the apartment, and that was mildly annoying. That's why I docked a point from it. Otherwise, this was fine. I feel very comfortable with both of these items as far as just feeling at home in the color palette and the aesthetic overall. So pretty good combination. It's gonna be similar weather tomorrow, so, and I don't have any idea yet what we're gonna do, so I guess I'll see you there and I'll figure it out then. Welcome to day 5. It is again another blustery, cold, on and off rainy day. And again, I will be just here at home working. I need to get started filming my next video. I did want to opt for long sleeves, but I also, again, need something that basically just is not a bell sleeve. These are a bit flouncy, but with the elastic, I can at least pull the sleeve up and it'll stay out of the way. Yeah, the big considerations for today are not too different from yesterday. I want to keep warm, but also be comfortable and be able to work and get things done. So I kind of just ended up going with the same thing I wore to the Pennsylvania Renfaire a couple weeks ago, just the long sleeve version. So I've got my long chemise that I bought from Holy Clothing last year, this little corset top that I made. This was technically supposed to be a mock-up. I never meant to wear it, and then here I am, I've worn it a lot. So, and then just my regular long brown skirt from my closet. I shan't be wearing shoes because I will just be here working, so maybe slippers. This was the day that I was working on my crafting video, and unfortunately, tragedy struck at the 11th hour. Well, day 5 is at its conclusion, and as you might be noticing, I'm not wearing the original outfit I was wearing the rest of the day because I'm an idiot and I got paint on my white chemise. Yeah, I'm pretty freaking mad at myself. I really should have had the forethought to wear an apron or something. The thing is though, like, I paint in my regular clothes all the time and I never have an issue, but just for how much the chemise cost me, it was not cheap. I should have worn something. I'm so pissed at myself. Like, I can't even believe I did that. And the way that I got the paint on me even was stupid. I was holding the paintbrush in my mouth and then somehow I bumped the paintbrush and it fell out of my mouth and it hit my chest, and I'm so pissed at myself. And just all the crafting today took way longer than I thought it would. Yeah, here's the chemise. It's got a big orange stripe right on the chest. And I resisted my initial impulse to like start dabbing at it and wiping at it, because when I've done that in the past for other types of stains, that just soaks it further into the fibers, into the threads. So I'm gonna let it dry completely as is. I haven't touched it, so that I can try to scrape it off as much as possible. And then I think I'll go in with like rubbing alcohol or acetone or something and try to soak it out a little bit. I don't know, it's acrylic. I might be screwed. So I don't know if any of you guys are artists or laundresses, launderers, laundry experts, and you have any advice on how to take care of this, please let me know. So like, it's very much sitting on top of the threads in some spots, so I think I can at least reduce it. This is the first time I've worn this chemise. Did I mention I'm pissed at myself? Anyway, before tragedy struck, the outfit was fine for today. The sleeves were a little bit obnoxious. They were kind of tight. The elastic was kind of digging into my arm. Yeah, otherwise, perfectly fine outfit. I felt cute in it, even just being around the house. Okay, I've been at this crafting for longer than I wanted to, and I'm in a bad mood. I have cramps, guys. I have cramps and I'm in a bad mood. So I'm gonna call it a night. Tomorrow's a new day. A day that I shan't be painting. Welcome to day 6, which, yes, that means I have decided to try actually doing a full 7 days, a full week, not just 5 days, not just a work week, and I already regret it. Usually for these dressing XYZ for a week things, I cap it at 5 days because the last couple days just kind of feel redundant, and I thought, no, let me try to give the people a full week, and immediately I'm reminded why I don't do that, because I'm already like, wow, this has been a long week. How many days have I been doing this? I'm losing track of time, and I don't feel great today, so I'm trying to keep it a bit more low-key. I should just be here at home again today, so that combined with just low energy, not feeling too great, I decided to just layer this orange overdress over a long black dress, and we're calling that an outfit. I'm not gonna do any extra accessories because I just don't feel up to it today. Don't look at my ankles because I'm just wearing camo print leggings and my slippers, and that's gonna have to be good enough for today. I ended up not feeling well enough to film my final thoughts at the end of the day, so I'll try to summarize here. While this combination was mostly comfortable, it does frustrate me that this overdress is so large, even though it is labeled as a size small, and it's the smallest size offering from Holy Clothing. And I often wear mediums, so something is up with their sizing. This makes it sit a bit awkwardly around my middle and my shoulders. People have told me it's because it's meant to be layered over other clothes, but how many layers are y'all out here wearing? I would have to wear multiple thick layers if I wanted to wear it not laced all the way closed. I do still really love this piece, but the sizing just baffles me. We are finally on the last day of the longest week ever, and unfortunately I still don't feel great today, not as bad as yesterday, but I very much needed to prioritize comfort today over fun and fashion and whimsy, which is unfortunate when you're trying to wear costumes for a week. So there were two options I was playing with for today, one being this funky cardigan shawl thing with my long velvet black dress, but that felt like a little bit more effort than just this dress, which is like a stretchy jersey knit material and pretty comfortable overall. The bell sleeves are going to be a little bit in the way, but honestly it's not that big of a deal for what I'm trying to do today. We were going to try to go out and just window shop, run some errands and whatever, but I think I just need to be at home again today. So yeah, this is what we're working with. I have just proven to myself that doing more than 5 days for these challenges is in fact tedious. Yeah, my body demands that I prioritize comfort today, and I'm just gonna try to catch up on some of the things I didn't get around to yesterday, and that's about it.
Do you want any of this fruit?
Yes. I'll eat it today, I promise. I'll eat the fruit today.
You don't eat fruit!
Yes, I do.
I hope that's recorded.
To keep the bell sleeves out of the way during certain tasks, I started wrapping them around hair ties that I pushed up onto my forearm. It's not the most comfortable and certainly not pretty, but it worked. So I'm gonna call it a day here. I've done just about as much as I think I'm gonna get done today, and I wanna wash my hair. Other than the sleeves occasionally getting in the way, this dress is super comfortable. I honestly should probably just move it to my regular daily wear closet because I could easily just wear this casually from time to time. So overall though, my thoughts from this week are one, that doing 7 days is unnecessary. I definitely could have stopped at 5. Part of why I wanted to do a full 7 this time was just because I have so much in my costume closet. I wanted to get a chance to wear as much of it as possible. There's still so much in there that I wanted to style, wanted to make outfits out of, but it just didn't come up or work out that way, either because of the weather or functionally what I needed to do that day. It just didn't line up with those tasks. Also, looking back on the week, I did notice that most of what I put together kind of looked like Renfaire costumes. That does completely make sense in hindsight because most of my costume stuff is, if not just an actual costume from like Halloween, then it's probably Renfaire garb. So yeah, wearing these items is a lot of fun, but realistically, a lot of these pieces in my costume closet just don't make sense for most day-to-day things that I'm doing. Even just working at home, like I said, if it's something with like crazy bell sleeves, I work with my hands too much for those to be practical. There's no big takeaways with this one. It was just something fun to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching that process. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a bumblebee emoji. And if you enjoyed hanging out this week, make sure that you subscribe so that we can hang out again next time. And I will see ya when I see ya. Bye.